This video is going to be about making decisions using Python, and there's a similar process for making decisions in many coding languages, and it's by making an if statement. Okay, so let's say that I want to only print this 2 times the user input if the user input is, say, below the number 5. So I'm going to say, so the way you do this is using an if statement. You put parentheses and then ends in a colon. And then the piece inside the if is where you make the decision. So maybe we'll say if user input is, say, less than 5. Okay, and we'll give this a try. Okay, so it says if user input is less than 5, then print 2 times user input. Let's see if it works. Okay, oh, and then we get an error. Okay, and the error says bad input on line 5. Well, what happens is this. When we have an if statement in Python, the way that we show what belongs to that if statement is by doing this. Okay? And then let's say on this line we'll say print this is not part of the if. Okay? So we'll say we'll add a comment here is where we test input to see if it is less than 5. Okay, and then we'll say this is what we do in cases where input is less than 5. Alright, if input isn't less than 5, then we don't do this part. Okay, and we'll say we always do this part. Okay, so let's go ahead and run it. We're going to write something. Let's put the number 4. Okay, so you see how it printed an 8 because 4 is less than 5. Let's try it again. We're going to put in a 6 this time. You see it didn't print the 2 times the inner user input because it was not less than 5. You'll see it still did that next line that wasn't tabbed over. If we tab this over, it becomes part of the if, and now nothing gets printed there. Okay. Alright, sometimes with an if statement you want it to decide between 2 circumstances. Okay, and that's when we use an if else. In that case, what we would do after the if, we use an else. And whatever is right here is going to happen in cases where you don't do this. And so we'll say print this number is 5 or greater. Okay, so we'll try that out. We'll try out a 3, and multiplies it by 2, and then prints this guy at the end. Okay, let's try it with a 5. Then it says in the else part, this number is 5 or greater. Okay, and so if statements are really useful to test something and do something only in certain cases. Okay.